Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and this is just going to be a really quick video, something I wanted to share with you that I just thought I would try, and I thought I'd take you along with me. So some time ago, I think when I was at the Create Exchange in Cedar Rapids, I had picked up this roll of stuff, and what I figured out afterwards, and I thought, but I wasn't sure, is that it was transfer paper or, in this case, carbon paper. Well, as I rolled it out today, I realized that I thought it was all red, but it's not. I've got, and it's still, I had this sitting under my, it doesn't help much. There is this one, which is actually white. I tried it. I'll show you in a second. We've got red, and I have blue and yellow. Do I have the yellow out? So I thought I would just show you how you can use this. Now, my examples are not that great, and I'll explain to you why in just a second. But I didn't do a lot of thinking about this. There's the yellow, kind of a canary yellow, and then the traditional blue. I'm not sure exactly what they use this for initially in this size of roll, but hey, I'm glad I have it. So we're going to test it out, but let me show you what I tried just for fun. I did try this. So what you're going to need is some carbon paper, transfer paper, whatever you have, if you can find it, an image. And so you know this gal, I'm sure. And I decided to do it on a piece of, because I had it handy, on a piece of, what do you call this? Music. It didn't turn out so hot, but it probably would have been better if I used it on a regular white sheet of paper. But I tried that. Was that the first one? I think this was the first one I tried. Then I had a sheet of, this is from the Edith Holden Diaries of an Edwardian Lady, and so I did this one with the red. Now, I do like how this turned out. I think it's pretty cute. But I think there's a lot of things. I think this would be really cool to do, like, copy illustrations of, like, a pair of scissors or, you know, like the diagram type of photos. I think it would be really, really cool. I then tried the white, and I just wrote on it on a darker background, and I love it. I love it. I love you. I love it. So I'm just going to show you how to do it. It's not very difficult. We're going to start with this easy one. This is actually from a coloring book page. So you're just going to need your image. Oh, you know what I don't? Oh, I'm a little discombobulated, and I will explain to you why in a second. Let's see if we can get them all on this one sheet. So I am filming, first of all, thank you to everybody who has reached out and asked how all of us were, if we were safe and sound because of the storms. I'm actually filming this on the same evening of the storms. I'm in my basement. We are all safe and sound. And my basement is very clean, because generally what I do when we get bad weather, I make sure I have all the provisions ready. What color should we do this? We'll do blue. And so then sometimes I get antsy. And so I just started cleaning. And Landon's like, you know, every time that it storms, you start cleaning. And our basement never looks better. I said, yeah, I know. But it's just so heartwarming to have so many family, friends, YouTube friends reaching out and checking in on us, and it means the world. So we are all safe and sound. It looks like there's probably going to be more storms as the night goes by, but hopefully not as severe, and so we'll pray for that. I am using, you could just use a regular pencil or a pen and trace right over it, but I have a small embossing pen. It's two-sided, And one has a really fine tip and the other one has a little thicker tip. So that's what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to start at the bottom and work my way. I think I'll just work my way up and around is what I'll do. And then I'll tell you the rest of the story. So, I don't know that it was actually a tornado. That hasn't been confirmed. I think it was just really high straight line winds that we got here in Johnston, where I live. But it was strong enough, and I can attest. I had run upstairs quick, I think to get something for the dog. And I was like, oh, this is no joke. I mean, it was, the winds were crazy. And, you know, I don't mess around with that kind of stuff. But, yeah, the trees were like leaning over. And so we got later in the evening. Well, it's only about 7:30 right now. So I don't know, maybe about 5:30, 5:45. We got a notification. We get it on our phones, and they posted on social media that the high school was going to be closed tomorrow because of extensive damage. And it sounds like, so the high school is pretty modern. It's not very old, only a few years old. I think it was finished maybe the year before Landon graduated. So 3 or 4 years old maybe. And they just said that they had extensive damage. Well, and it's very modern. There's a lot of windows on the, at least on one side of the building. So they said they had damage to the roof, a building, then it must have been an outbuilding. I don't know what was in that building, if it was like a maintenance building or, I'm not sure, was damaged, and lots of broken glass throughout. So the kids will not be in school tomorrow. I'm not sure if they'll be back in school on Thursday or not. So pray. And everybody, it sounds like everybody was safe. I don't believe there was any injuries, so that was good. Demi was at work. She works at a daycare, and she was supposed to work till 6, and she was home like at 3 or 3:30, and they were asking, or maybe it was before that, they were asking all the parents to come and pick the kids up before 3 p.m. because they knew it was going to get bad. So, she got home safe. Landon left. They must have recommended that he's doing an internship, and they must have recommended that if they could, they go home and work from home. So he did that. And so we were all here, and we just bunkered down in the basement and waited for it to pass. But there's a town west of here, and I've mentioned it before. It's a town that Dave and I like to stop in. It's the one that has the cute antique store that's going out of business. And it was hit pretty hard. So let's just see how we're doing here. What am I missing? So yeah, I am hoping that everybody is safe. They were doing search and rescue, and it's pretty bad. So I'm hoping that as the storm moves through Iowa and to the east, that it kind of winds down a little bit and everybody's safe and sound. I think we're going to call this good. I'm not sure. No, we're not. I apparently didn't do. It's not wanting. Yeah, and in all my life, I can tell you that I have never experienced as many severe storms as I have this year. And they called it a PDS, PD, which I do not know what it stands for. Tornado watches throughout the entire state. They said it is very rare. And what that means, I'm not really sure. But from what I could gather, okay, we're just calling it good. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but that's where you can fill in, right? Yeah, it'll be cute. It's kind of like one storm hits and another one follows. So, you know, we'll be paying attention. And I think, I'm not so positive that, I don't remember, but I kind of feel like they said we're going to have some additional days of weather. Okay, I have this one. I want to try this, and then we'll try a dark piece of paper. I think I have another one. Let's do this one in red. So yeah, we're kind of on bad weather watch all week. At least until I think after Thursday. So, you know, it's just, it's not fun. I used to be not scared, but very over prepared. Like when I was little, I remember packing up an entire suitcase and taking it down to the basement, you know, because God forbid I be without my Hardy Boys and my books and all of that good stuff. So, you know, you learn just to be prepared. For example, and I'm sure it's like this with any of you who, I have no idea what this is going to turn out like. Depending on where you live, you know, hurricanes, earthquakes, you just kind of know what to do to prepare. So when that time comes, then you're not panicking or ill-prepared and knowing where to go, what to do, that kind of thing. So, for example, we have a storm shelter in our basement. It's actually underneath the stairs in the basement. And so in there I have bottled water. I have candles and, you know, lighters and things like that. Yes, I do. I have some of the kit. I don't even know if they fit. I sure as heck hope so if something happens. They say to take helmets, like bike helmets, or I have the kids' softball and baseball helmets down there. And I just have a big laundry basket, and I just keep it all in there, and I check it every year and make sure I have everything that I need. And then I bring the weather radio down. I make sure that the kids have all charged their electronics in case, you know, we need to communicate with somebody. I keep the TV on. Yeah, and then just kind of watch the weather. And as long as, you know, you have a safe place to go, we have a couple of things that we can get under if we need to, you know, so it's a good spot. This is not going to be perfect. I'm just kind of doing a rough outline. And then a lot of praying, you know, that's always helpful. So for all of those who are sending up those prayers for us, we appreciate it. I have not talked to Dave in the last hour or so. But of course, where he is at, the storm was moving his way. So, and, you know, he's in the tiny house, which is a camper. But he said that his he kind of waited out the storm for a while and then went to the campground, and he said that the what do you call it? They built new bathrooms, so they're all brick, and they made those into tornado shelters. So that's where they go in case of an emergency. So at least he has a shelter, and it's only, like he said, 40 feet from where he's got his camper this week. So that is good. Yeah, you guys are getting all the deets of crappy Midwest weather, I'm telling you. And then, so, you know, this is Iowa. Well, no, let's not do that on here. This is Iowa Square, and Des Moines, or Johnston, where I live, is right in the middle. And Dave is right down here. That's where Carol lives too, right now. And then go back to where I live, and then this way on the very edge of the west side of the state is where we have the land on the river. So guess what? The RV has been moved. Thank God for friends. Because the picture or the video that was sent to me, normally where we sit and watch the river go by, it's probably like, I would say 20 or more feet, a drop to the river, probably more than that. And it was up to the bottom of where we sit. Yeah, I'm going to leave this just like that. I think it looks cute. And when our friends went out to move everything for us, it had they said it had risen like almost 8 feet. Now, this isn't supposed to look perfect, but I think that's the beauty of this. I think it just looks kind of cute. So that's all safe and sound. It's all of the toys, the kayaks, I don't know, everything that we have over there have been moved, and the RV is moved, and it's all good. But that's just kind of something that we deal with in the Midwest, and not always fun, I can tell you. I can tell you that. But, you know, those of you, I was going to do something with this blue. We'll just do something, just so you can see it. You guys in your neck of the woods know different experiences. And I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I do know what to do in the situation of an earthquake. But hurricanes, I don't know. I don't know that I mean, you know, I've never been somewhere where I've traveled, and what are we going to do here with this? Let's just make what should I make? Oh, we'll just make a flower. Just a regular old. Oh, I'm not even on the paper. Well, for the love of Pete. So yeah, I didn't travel for work very often when it was to a place during hurricane season, but get the heck out of there, I guess, is what you do. And I was never staying in a place where I would have had to board up the windows and do that kind of thing, but it's stressful for sure. I'm just doing a couple of flowers. Who knows what these are going to turn out with? I can't see them, so we'll see. here we go. Oh, well, cute. Isn't that cool? I just had no idea. I almost threw this because what I thought it was just kind of protection for all of these other colored sheets. Oh, contraire mon frere. It is not. It is not at all. So, well, now you got the Midwest weather report. I'm sure you did not want to hear, but I did want to share with those of you who have reached out and let you know I appreciate it and that we are all safe and sound. The only damage personally to any of our things is our event venue, which you've heard me talk about before. It is a brick building with a steel roof. And we have this colossal tree in front of the building that I love. It was struck by lightning a few years ago, I think during the derecho. And we had to cut half of it down. Well, we got a video of the other half of the tree, which unfortunately had fallen onto the roof of the building. But, I mean, we'll have somebody come out and inspect it. But from what we've been told, it did puncture a hole, not a like gaping hole, but a hole in the first layer of the roof, but not into, and I don't know how they do those, not into, it's not pouring in rain or anything like that. So that is good. It's fixable. No one was hurt or around or anything like that. So, so we'll just send up our prayers for all those folks that are less fortunate than us, for sure. All right, so there you have it. A little easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I don't know if this is something that you guys have, you know, maybe hiding in your stash. Maybe you guys have used it, and I would love to hear how you have. But I just thought I would share that with you and see how you are all doing. I hope you're all safe and healthy and storm-free. And thank you again. We will talk to you next time. Until then, remember to take time to just be. Cheers.